What's going on, everyone? This is Waking Moth, back with another video. As you can see, we were playing Genital Jousting. Alright, we're gonna play this shit. What the fuck? Move to the top, to the bottom. What the fuck is this? Knock the apple from the tree. Okay. Who the fuck just makes this? Eat the apple, huh? What is happening? Where is the apple even? Oh, shit! What the fuck is this game even? It's like a wiener, but it's a fucking card kind of shit. What the fuck is this? Oh shit, you ate that shit. Oh damn. How many apples do you need, bro? Oh my god. That shit. Pull from top. What the fuck does that mean? Go to sandbox. Okay, we're in the sandbox. Oh, you can pick which way. Oh shit! Oh! What's happening? Oh! Oh my god! What the fuck is this?
John woke to the shrill cry of his alarm clock and lay there, rigid, his usual morning condition. But there was another reason John couldn't get out of bed. It was the weight. A weight that had nothing to do with his muscles or fat or sweaty blankets. John was weighed down by a piece of paper. The invitation to his high school reunion. From across the years, the words he'd heard in the schoolyard were still clear. You're a loser. No one will ever love you.
3 months until reunion. Alright, pretty fucking weird so far, but we just had a gangbang, but...
John had 3 months until the reunion to turn his life around.
Oh damn, it's cockroaches
First,
everywhere.
he needed to clean up. The only reason he'd ordered so much takeout was because Delilah, the delivery peen, made John feel butterflies in his testicles.
Alright. Eat that shit. You can pick... That's fucking weird. Can I eat some shit? They didn't have wieners on TV. What the fuck?
John called it his study.
Shit!
It was basically for games and porn. Mostly porn.
Oh my god. What the fuck is this? Who just thinks of this shit? Alright, let's do this. Oh shit, I'm fucking on my house.
John knocked over the computer. There would be no more hardcore gangbang binges for him. No, he was going to get a real date.
Alright.
John had left his apartment late, but if he caught the express bus, he might make it to work on time. John didn't really like his job, but it had 2 qualities in its favor. 1, he could pay his rent.
The
and
birds
2,
are even wieners.
Barbara,
what the fuck is
currently
this?
John's top candidate for his reunion date.
What the fuck?
John noticed a moderately attractive peen waiting at the stop.
Attractive peen, huh? Trying to get some of this?
He tried to start a conversation and did not get the reaction he'd hoped for. It was probably because he was a minimum wage peen. She could probably sense it.
Oh damn! So I go in there, try and get this dude. This is really fucking weird. Okay.
The office hummed
what am I
with
wearing?
cold fluorescent lighting. The air was cold and stale, lifeless. How long had John worked here? Long enough to deserve better.
Wow. What's up, dude? What's up, girl? What the fuck, dude? Oh, shit. I'm not circumcised.
John was late, but he felt daring. He could sneak into the office through the archives, or he could stroll through the front entrance with enough confidence to bluff his boss. Predictably, he chose the direct route. John was nearly trampled by the morning coffee rush.
Oh, damn.
Everyone else was hard at work,
What the
grinding
fuck?
away. John might actually get away with this.
What is happening? Don't go in my butt. What are you doing? I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. I'm just a swimming deer. Swimming around like a snake with balls. I'm stuck. Do I go in this bitch or what? Dude, my balls are stuck. Shit. No. Oh, there it goes. What's up, dude? Is that my shit? What do I do? What do I do, bro?
The boss. He homed in on John, deluging him with spit and buzzwords.
Oh!
The boss ran out of synonyms for John's failings and gave him an ultimatum. Barbara would definitely not be interested in dating John if he was unemployed. He had to get to the quality assurance department.
Oh, he was spitting like a motherfucker at me. Okay.
There might be a faulty dildo just waiting to cost the company millions in lawsuits.
Fuck is this
John
game?
would have to test them all.
I gotta test all of them? Are you serious? Let's test this shit. What kind of fucking game is this? I gotta
Every
test.
atom
Oh!
of John's rectum began to vibrate with the frequencies
What
of pure
the
pleasure.
fuck?
His orifice was a paradise. This vibrator
All right.
would end all wars. It was good.
I gotta test all of them? Shit. My fucking butthole's gonna be hurting for sure. Okay. Okay, go back. Go back, bro. Go back. What are you doing? Okay, I gotta test this bitch. Oh!
That one was good too.
Shit! What the fuck?
The prostate pounder X900
What the fuck is
series,
this?
the most advanced vibrator on the market. Sweet
What the
mother
fuck
of
is
no,
that?
John, that's too much pleasure for one anus to handle.
What the fuck? Okay. Alright, let's have it. What? Oh shit! Damn. Soothe asshole. Apply band-aid.
John's butt hurt, but his heart was proud. If
I
that
can
vibe
imagine,
had gotten
bro.
out into the world, it could have injured a customer as badly as it had ravaged his anus.
I guess I got this.
The boss arrived and congratulated John on taking one for the team and jumping on the hand grenade, or in this case, putting it up his butt.
What the fuck, dude?
John was having trouble following the conversation because he was quite high on suppository painkillers.
Okay.
And then the boss said it. Promotion. Finally,
Oh,
the
hell yeah,
company
get
was
promotion.
recognizing John's hard work and ignoring his minor faults like lack of talent, constant lateness, and flatulence. John's new office smelt like polished wood and success.
Make this bitch.
John's success. Sam dropped by. He'd heard John had been hurt.
What's up, Sam? What's up, dude?
John said he was fine. He wasn't a softie to complain about a mildly ruptured rectum. Besides, he had a promotion to celebrate. John had met Sam in college during a sports ball game. He'd given him some
Yeah.
stiff competition.
It goes.
Not stiff enough.
What the fuck is
They'd
happening?
started at Flesh Corp product testing together. Nothing builds a
What
friendship
the
like a long day of
fuck?
dildo mounting.
What? Oh, I can poop them out? That's good. I don't want that shit in my butt. Oh!
Yes, John had known Sam for a while. But John couldn't hang out with Sam. He had a reunion to prepare for.
I'm about
He was going out with Barbara tonight. He just had to ask her.
Okay. Alright.
Everyone was quiet, listening to the presentation.
What the
A
fuck?
good moment for John to ask Barbara out.
Go ask Barbara out. Who's Barbara?
That's not Barbara, John. Barbara agreed. Well, she nodded. Sort of. Things
And
were
she was
really
spitting
going
at me.
John's way.
Oh, here it goes. What the fuck?
John tried to act as suave as possible and listen to Barbara talk business. He didn't want to blow his chances at long-term love and short-term sex. Barbara began to talk about monthly feedback figures, and John started to zone out, imagining him and Barbara at the reunion, a power couple. She would make his classmates sick with envy, if he could get her to tone down the boring chatter. John's balls were gripped by certainty. Barbara was the perfect date for the reunion.
Oh yeah, here goes. Sharpies goes behind. Shit.
Despite Barbara's protests that it was unnecessary, John knew that a true gentleman should follow her home.
Alright.
He was excited. There was still 3 months until the reunion, and he'd already landed his perfect date. All he had to do was seal the deal.
What? The Barbara right there? Seal the
Barbara
deal.
thanked John for the evening and politely did not invite him inside for coffee
Oh,
or
wow.
sex, even though John had dropped some pretty obvious hints he'd be into both, or just the sex. The door slammed on John's hopes. He didn't understand. He'd laughed at all Barbara's pie chart jokes. He'd listened to her boring stories.
Oh, wow. Okay, what do I do now? Okay, just eat some apples. That might seal the deal for you. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Get that shit. Okay. Oh, what am I supposed to do? This is a weird ass fucking game so far. Pretty much everything is a dick.
John began the lonely walk home, thoughts tumbling like shoes in a dryer. He had done everything wrong. Barbara had led him on just to humiliate him. John felt empty. How could he get love? He felt like he was missing something, some key to attracting sex. But John was shooting blanks. What did Peens want? Then it hit John out of nowhere. Stuff. He had the success. He just needed to show it off. But where was John going to get all the stuff he wanted? John needed a sign. A new day, a new John. He waited outside his local buttload store for it to open, eager to spend his promotion bonus on stuff. The best way to impress women.
What's this? Insert tip. What's this shit?
If it was buttloads of stuff John wanted, then he would need buttloads of cash.
Oh, okay. Where do I put that shit? On my ass or what? Oh, okay.
There's nothing like a rectum full of money to make a peen feel like a man.
I hear you, man. What's up, man? My balls get stuck. My balls are stuck, bro. Okay, I gotta do balls first. Nah, bitch. Shit. Sorry, dude.
Suddenly it occurred to John that he was going to make a lot of choices. And every one of those choices would tell the world who he was. Did he want cheese or sausage? What would a date think when they sat in John's home? Comfort or style? John went with comfort. Plus, it matched the couch he already had. John weighed up all the differences, but this was a tough choice.
Looks the same. Let's do this shit.
Something told John this was the TV for him.
Do that shit. What do I do? Alright, it's that shit. Where am I? Oh, wrecking shit. That's what I'm doing. I already have a TV though, bro. Alright, where do I go? How do I click this shit?
John chose the extremely, obviously bad TV.
Do the same thing, bro. What do you mean? Do that shit.
John realized that it was only 2 months and 29 days until the reunion.
2 months and 29 days.
Time flies.
Sure does.
Cactus or rose?
Oh,
Was John a rugged hero or a romantic poet?
let's do some roses.
If John grew his own flowers, then he'd save on romantic gestures in the long run.
What is this? Is that my casket or what?
There was nothing John could take with him to the grave.
What? What is this? Do this one.
Except his coffin. John liked to get his pizza delivered. That way he could see Delilah, the delivery peen. She always made him smile.
Pineapples up in this bitch.
Delilah thought pineapple on pizza was gross. This way she would never know John's shameful tastes.
Wow.
What bedding would Delilah prefer? John couldn't help wondering.
This shit.
Regular sheets. Just like the regular pizzas he regularly ordered. Devoid of any sense of style, buying new clothes would be John's toughest challenge.
Oh!
John felt sharp, and also like a phony.
Oh yeah, here we go. Let's do this shit.
John decided to go with the outfit. Music, the food of love. Should John go retro sophisticated or just retro? John was sure he could just pirate extra records. Every can was made of metal, pulled from the bones of the earth, wrestled to the surface and smelted in roaring furnaces. All so John could buy peas preserved in salty water and stick them up his butt.
What? That's that one. That shit. Closed. Okay.
John's new purchases were on the way to his apartment. All he had to do was invite a date over. One look at all his stuff, and they'd be overwhelmed with sexual desire. John felt proud, and also hungry. It gave him an idea. He should invite Delilah over for dinner.
Let's go get her.
John was excited. Delilah was on her way. He just needed to set the mood to romance. Classy.
Pick that shit. Shit. How do you do this shit? Oh my shit. Okay. Fuck this shit.
John hoped she didn't have allergies.
Oh, she's here.
That must be Delilah at the door.
What's up, dude?
The door opened and there was Delilah. John gulped down his nerves and invited her in. John could tell that Delilah was impressed by his stuff. It was time to crank up the mood to seduction. John wanted to offer Delilah wine, but he'd already popped his cork. Delilah started looking as nervous as John felt. He assumed it was because she was shy too. They really were compatible. Of course, at the reunion, he couldn't mention Delilah was a delivery peen. That would be embarrassing. Delilah suddenly headed for the door. And just like that, John was alone again. Delilah hadn't even looked at his stuff.
Dude, oh my god.
The rejection burned. John felt insignificant. He had everything he wanted. The job, the money, the stuff. So much stuff. He wanted to destroy all of it. Shove it into the abyss. His stuff didn't matter. Take that, TV. He was a shaft in the machine.
Take that.
A lonely piston pumping away like all the others in his rigid place. Nothing special about him. Why should Delilah or Barbara or any other peen be interested in dating him? He was just like everyone else and they could tell. John wanted to be special, but he had to face the numb truth. Stupid records. He wasn't. Get out of here, lamp. And all the money and stuff he'd ever accumulate wouldn't change that. He thought it would make him unique, but it just made him more like everyone else. He should leave it all. Get out of this little town and go on an adventure. See the world. He was a boring corporate drone, but he didn't have to be. He could be a traveler, exploring jungles and climbing mountains. He could visit the wonders of the world and get his picture taken. Begone, boxers! Like Peony Island, the unspoiled paradise he'd seen on TV. That was it. John had to travel.
Traveling.
Bags packed. John was ready to put 5,000 miles between him and his problems. He was leaving it all behind.
Got that shit. Actually pretty good. Buddy, check it in, check it in. Alright, now what? Go up here? Oh, there it goes.
John was so close. He could almost smell the freedom of the skies.
I hate it. Oh.
Security sent John back through the detector. John had forgotten he had his nail clippers with him. He'd have to buy another pair soon, or he'd look ridiculous.
Nail clippers? You don't think you need to worry about nail clippers. What the?
When the acceleration of takeoff had slackened, John felt a sweet relief. He had left his worries on the runway. He was up in the clouds, on his way to adventure. John's adventure had begun at last. And clearly, it was a small world after all, and also a flat one. That was going to piss off the globeheads.
Oh shit. I can swim? Hey, Sticks! Oh! Oh, damn! Ow! Damn, motherfucker ate me, bro. What's up, dude? What the? Where's the one dude? Is that not what I'm doing? Shit. Let's show you over here. What you guys think so far? I know this is a weird ass game, but Weird Wednesday, man. Getting weirder and weirder every day. Every time. Get away from that snake. If you guys have any more games you would like for me to play, let me know in the comment section below. If you guys want to see more of this game, give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna end it here. That was some genital jousting for you. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next